Hunter Biden gets around, caught doing shady deals in another country. More bad news for sinking Dem frontrunner Joe Biden has emerged, and once again, it involves his scoundrel of a son who somehow managed to land a lot of plum jobs while his father was vice president. The temperature has been cranked up after a summer of hell for the lunch bucket's White House run now that the gaffes and senior moments have been replaced by having to defend his family honor despite mounting evidence of corruption. The electable candidate is going down in flames after he got his leg caught in the Dems' impeachment trap over a phone call between President Trump and Ukraine's new leader, during which renewed questions over Hunter Biden's shady business dealings were posed. The younger Biden managed to land a $50,000 a month job with Ukrainian gas firm Burisma Holdings despite no experience, and it got even more suspicious after Daddy bragged about extorting the former Soviet country to fire the prosecutor who was investigating the firm. Now there is another country to add to the list for Hunter Biden's shady deals: Romania. According to the New York Times, during his father's second term as vice president, Hunter Biden increased his international business efforts, including with individuals and entities viewed warily by the United States government and its allies. In addition to his work in Ukraine for the energy company Burisma, Hunter Biden advised a Romanian businessman with ties to the United States, Gabriel Popoviciu, whose real estate dealings had come under investigation, according to people familiar with the arrangement, which has not been previously reported. The investigation, which came as the United States and its allies were pushing Romania to clamp down on corruption, led to Mr. Popoviciu's conviction and a prison sentence. Additional details via Romania Insider. Gabriel Puiu Popoviciu is a Romanian real estate tycoon who is known as the owner of the Băneasa Shopping City, one of the biggest malls in Bucharest. He also developed office buildings and the first IKEA store in Romania on a 224-hectare land that he got after a controversial deal with the Agronomy University in Bucharest. In 2017, Popoviciu was sentenced to 7 years in prison for fraud and corruption, for his deal with the Agronomy University. According to the prosecutors who investigated the case, the land was highly undervalued. Its value was set at $1 per SQM, while the prices in the area were about €150 per SQM at that time. Popoviciu left the country just before the High Court issued the final jail sentence against him. He went to London, where he was held briefly by the police and then released on bail. In the last 2 years, the Romanian authorities have been trying to get Popoviciu repatriated to serve his sentence, but the action is still pending in British court. The exploits of Hunter Biden in a country that is most famous for being the historical homeland of Count Dracula is ironically fitting for a man who, in addition to being an adulterous drug fiend, is quite the bloodsucker as well. There will always be plenty of apologists like the loathsome Chuck Todd who denounce any scrutiny of Biden's business dealings to conspiracy theories, but it is not a coincidence that the kid managed to land so many high-paying gigs while his father was the sitting vice president. Not good for Joe's electoral prospects, especially with the ghoulish Hillary Clinton waiting in the wings. Hunter